Why, hello there.
Alright, we are starting with my first time at playing the GMing or DMing Pathfinder for Ben because it's his birthday.
Yay!
Happy birthday, Ben. And yeah, so be forgiving because it's my first time, but I've got Ben here who is a savant Pathfinder GM, so he will bring me up to speed on anything that I'm doing wrong. Fantastic. So you got Sirenscape. Good to go. Excellent, cool. Okay, so we're going to get into it.
Excellent.
It has been 10 years of a long and bloody war against an undead Lich King called Ashtahome, which you guys have been soldiers fighting in a coalition of small city-states against this undead menace. And about 3 days ago, it was the victory, and Ashtotem has been destroyed. You are no longer soldiers, and you have nothing better to do except to celebrate and drink as much alcohol as you possibly can. It is coincidentally Rastus's birthday today. And you are in a outskirt of the city-states themselves in a small town called Lawan, and it borders on the desert itself, and there is basically a trade series of nexus point for trade routes going through. So you've got the eastern arm of the trade routes, which brings exotic spices, rare cloth, magically imbued items. You got the western arm, which brings in precious metals, and the northern arm, which brings in food stocks, fish, preserved meat, and wheat and things like that. So that is kind of where you are. And you are lazing around with about 20 to 25 other soldiers in a tavern. Well, it's kind of a tavern. It's more of an open air tavern with large cloth sails over the top to stop the worst of the sun's heat coming through. And the tavern is called the Lazy Breeze. And
I like that.
it is run by a man, I apologise.
I'm not a woman!
My image in my head.
A man, an old, thin, dark-skinned elf who's missing his right hand. And his name is Patronus, but everyone calls him Old One Hand. And he's been serving drinks. The whole place smells of marinated lamb and spiced meat, and basically there's braziers everywhere, and you've got attendants quickly trying to churn out all this meat so that you guys can keep partying. And the ale is free flowing. I'm sure you're paying for it, but
Spoils
maybe
the
your
war,
friends.
Spoils the war.
You're probably all in the same unit. You've soldiered together.
You only turned 21 13 times, don't you?
Well, you've been fighting the war for a little while longer than that, maybe. I don't know, is that okay? So you've been fighting the war for a fair
That's right,
while.
you only turned 21 13 times.
Oh, yeah.
21 today.
And yeah, the alcohol's free flowing, and everyone is rejoicing and having a merry time of it.
I'm drinking and...
So over in the corner, you've got
Drink the fortitude save.
Marcus Rutherford.
who...
I'm basically trying to steal people's money with card game. Trying to, do the old guess the card, and they seem to be winning more than I am, so...
you took a bad job of it.
I must not be doing very well at the moment.
So you're
the alcohol is affecting me.
You're a magician? You were a magician before the war? Or?
I am. I was more of a talented artist, as you might say, and could do a bit of the old magic. A bit of shady hands, that kind of stuff. But yes, called into the war.
Probably drafted into the war, I imagine.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I'm not really a frontline man. I'm more of the guy who...
Let's sing songs of victory about it.
Let me rephrase. I'm the guy who stands behind the bigger guy, telling him how good he is.
Yeah.
So...
Who leads us well?
Which leads us quite
that you were
Jataya, the person behind whom you stood.
Yes.
So in the shade of...
Your name is?
Jataya. And Jataya is quite a large man and quite a warrior, or at least he fancies himself as quite a warrior, which is probably why he likes to have Marcus around to sing his praises often. and he's spending his time in the tavern telling everyone his war stories and showing everyone his scars.
Are you going to clean that armor any day, Jataya? It's still a bloody mess.
Maybe. I like it this way.
A badge of honor.
Everyone can see how many I've slaughtered.
Well, maybe
everyone can follow you by your smell.
Yes. The crevices of you are filled with filth and gunk.
Says
Rastus. Rastus is my name.
just write down your own name.
I did. I don't know why I wrote my name. Just to be sure. Hang on, for when I get drunk later. Rastus. Excellent.
Is this big?
If
Hello.
please return to.
Hello, my name is Rastus.
Rastus stands by Jataya in battle, healing him when necessary and any others who need help. But also he has a rather peculiar habit of raising the felled enemies and commanding them in efforts of battle alongside my allies. Also the occasional fireball doesn't go astray.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Comes in
Against
handy.
those undead hordes.
Yes.
I like that we kill the undead and then you raise the undead to fight for us against the other undead.
Yeah. It's not poetry at all.
That's right. It's morally 100% clear.
There's probably been a number of times where you've attacked your own minion.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
The undead guy's
He's one
like,
of ours.
Jataya, kill the ones that are facing towards us.
You've got you see old One Hand come over and with a large pint of ale and he places it down in front of you and scratches his head with his missing stump, which he probably got from the wars.
I flick him a copper to the offhand
He
side.
he tries to catch you and glares at you. Takes the coin and then moves it over and places it in front of you.
Oh, no hard feelings, One Hand.
He glares at you and puts it back.
Good man.
There you go.
Sorry.
Puts it back over and stomps off.
Good
Oh
fellow he is.
man.
Everyone around you's laughing the bards in the corner. You don't play musical instruments. You're the illusionary kind.
no, I'm the.
The bard in the corner's singing songs of from the war, and it's a really warm atmosphere. And you see your old sergeant stand up, drunk out of his face, and it's Sergeant Meyer, and he throws down his glass onto the ground and shut up, everybody, shut up.
Shut up,
There's
everybody.
something important to say.
Let him speak.
Yeah, let him speak.
Don't interrupt.
Let him speak.
No.
Let me
Everyone
speak.
be quiet.
Yeah, everyone be quiet.
Yes.
Sorry.
Shut up. I just want to say happy birthday to Rastus.
Hey.
Maybe a better fighter, better warrior now than when he was in the war, because he was terrible. But seriously, it was a long war. And it was a long war.
Yes.
It was a long war!
Cheers for Maya.
But as you raise your glasses, a huge wind blows through, and the whole place is just covered in dust and sand as the tent flaps open up, and everyone coughs and covers their eyes and tries to get the dust out of there. And as the dust clears, you see 4 figures walk in, and they've got the whole cloth over their face and the robes that look like they've come from one of the spice trails. And they walk in, and everyone kind of looks over at them and just gives them kind of strangers. What are they doing in these parts of town? So
When in fact we're the only one. From Battles of War, we're the real strength.
yeah.
These are the regulars taking back their bar.
They walk up towards the bar. You can see they're scanning around, looking around the place. They're looking around. They obviously haven't seen it. And they go over to Old One Hand and they mutter something to him. And you can try and listen in if you want to.
Yeah.
So this is
Do we
you make
get-
a perception roll, which is your alternate.
Oh yeah.
D20.
My perception is -1.
Oh man.
So I
You're an oracle, but you don't see much.
I get 10.
-1.
How's my wisdom -1?
That's awesome.
I mean 9. Yeah.
And you haven't put anything into it. Yeah.
Perception, right?
Yeah.
So
You got 23.
23.
That's because Oracle's cast from charisma.
Oh yeah.
Like sorcery.
Min-maxing.
You're looking for
Never.
perceptions at the start.
It's a sad day, Nathan, when Johnny's helping you. Show you where it is.
21.
21. Alright. You guys here, where can I find Rastus? Is he here?
What do you need him for?
Hey,
So I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
it.
I think
I just shut up and point.
Well, he goes to the old one hand looks over towards you guys and he grins with this kind of slightly evil grin and he points.
No, I'm
straight
gonna
to-
go, as he does,
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
go,
step in.
Rastas! And just run and grab the nearest guy. Yay!
Sergeant Meyer goes, what? What?
The nearest guy's the sergeant.
Well, hang on, I am Sergeant,
Let's go outside!
Yes. I could do with taking a piss. And he starts to stand up. And yeah, you see the four figures walk towards you. And
Didn't think this plan through, did I?
let's draw attention to myself.
Any friend of Russ's is the one we killed.
I'm winking incredibly consistently.
More like a twitch.
Can I see if I
You see it's
notice?
twitching. Yeah, no, you go for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
15,
you
I noticed. I noticed him twitching.
He's twitching, kind of like, yeah.
I immediately assess the situation and understand completely what he's doing. And so I suddenly get up from my table and follow.
Everyone goes, speech! Speech!
Yes!
Everyone
yes,
stops and looks
I'll be
over
back.
towards you.
Here's to the war, to killing undead. Now I'm going to make a piss.
Yeah.
So I sort of try and follow them out of the
Okay, yeah.
Jotya.
Huh?
Joy.
Jataya.
Jataya.
Joystick, quickly, follow.
Well, I think I'm just gonna stay near the door and keep an eye on this one to make sure he's okay.
So they're heading outside.
Oh, I'm heading outside.
He's
I'm not
leading
the
Sergeant Meyer outside.
Yeah,
Following.
but they're following.
It's just nice.
That's good.
Deadly it out, so.
I can smell it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. That was an off-camera moment. You're at the door, keeping an eye open.
I'm keeping an eye on them,
Yeah.
but not actually following them outside.
Okay. Rastus walks outside
Yeah, I follow
as
him,
well.
yeah.
The one of the hooded men takes off the rags he's got over his face and he pulls it off and you can see he's looks like quite gaunt and must have been travelling for a long time. He's got that kind of grey, that grey road dust all in all the pores and wrinkles of his skin, and he reaches into his pocket. And he pulls out a ring towards Captain and Sergeant Meyer. And you notice the ring straight away. It's an obsidian silver. It's a silver ring with an obsidian stone in it, and it is a family heirloom of your family. What's the name of your cousin's family? No, of your family. And he goes over to Captain Meyer and goes, Rastus, I was told that you would know the meaning of this.
Ah!
Captain's like, yeah, I know the meaning. That's my ring.
Gentlemen, I put my arm around.
Hey, I'm trying to do a deal here with this friend of
Seems
mine.
to be a slight case of mistaken identity. I
Mistaken
am
what?
Rastus. Gentlemen, pleased to be your meeting. And I do them whatever.
Sergeant Mike just walks off and just sort of takes a leap. Sergeant Mike.
Mike has left the ring.
He just walks it. Yeah, he walks off.
Yeah.
He just forgets and keeps going. The man shows the ring towards you, and before you grab it, he pulls back and goes, and what would be this ring to you?
Ah.
Roleplay this one.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, whatever you want.
This ring was my father's. I thought it was lost long ago. I used to carry it with me everywhere until I lost it on a campaign in one of the wars. Must have been 2 years ago now. It's good to see it again.
My precious.
I would recognize it with this right ring by the inscription inside.
Which says, one ring.
No, that says that on the outside. In the inside it says, to my dear beloved Rastus. To Rastus of power, may my power flow through you.
He hands you the ring and reaches into his pocket and pulls out a letter.
A letter?
I was told to deliver a message to you. To my dear brother, I pray to the god Ithan and Sut that you receive this letter in time. I write to you, brother, knowing that death will soon befall me, and by the time you read this, I will already be dead, murdered by cowards and brigands. It has been 10 years since we last clasped hands, and the war stretches out between us like a great ocean, sweeping us up on different currents. Knowing this, I feel the gravity of the burden which I now lay on you. There is an insidious corruption which has crept into this land, an evil that cannot be stopped without my help. I ask of you this, that you would take my ashes to the temple of the moon in Thar, and bring my spirit back to this world. Resurrect me, brother, before it is too late. I am sorry that this message found you on your birthday. It is an ill fate that forces my hand. Remember always what our Father taught us. All that lives will die, but those who are dead do not eternal lie. See you soon, brother. Garen. He hands you that, and then he pulls out a bag and hands you about this big bag as well.
Does it jinkle like coins?
It makes no sound whatsoever.
Take my ashes to the temple of the moon in Thar, and bring my spirit back to this world. Resurrect me, brother. Oh, this is his ashes. Oh my god.
The messenger, the messenger covers up his face, nods to you, and the four of them walk off. And you're left with a bag.
So I'll come over from the door and say, what was that about?
This... Jataya, meet my brother.
Do you want to put your
The
finger
bag
in and
doesn't
just be
feel
like,
like it's got anything in it. It feels completely empty.
Stick my
Yeah,
fingers
you open it up,
pull it
and
open.
you look inside, and you reach in,
You reach
and you
in.
feel like it's a bag of holding.
Ah.
And in it contains a square box. It's got beautifully inscribed with silver
And draw it out.
inscriptions on it, and in your hands.
Can I open it? Can I leave it open?
It won't open. It seems to be sealed shut.
It
With
feels
a
like the
silver.
weight of a...
Yeah, it feels. It's a
Incinerated,
solid.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
look at you.
I think we've got something to do, boys.
Put that away before you burn it.
Looks like we're going to the temple of the moon.
Alright. Can we have another drink first?
Sorry, I should also say you find 600 gold. In there, I forgot to say.
600 gold.
600 gold.
And I watch every single penny.
Yeah.
We need
Let me show
we
you
need
a
bit
trick.
more- We need a bit more than 600 gold there.
We know your tricks.
Is it true we need about 5,000 gold pieces to raise someone?
Yeah, but
We can sell the bag.
well, I mean, at the temple,
Yeah.
it seems like
Sell
that's
the
where
bar.
it can happen. So,
He does tricks.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, slave trade.
Oh,
rest enough. I was born in the
I'll
rest.
kick your ass. I'll sing you to death.
Who will travel with me? Who will accompany my brother on his...
I'll travel with you. Where are we going?
Sergeant Meyer!
Yes.
Meet my brother, Sergeant Meyer. He's a little worse for wear.
It's a box.
It's a box.
Silver on it. He's
Yes.
scratching.
Alas, my brother seems to have found himself departed and
Yes.
needs raising from the dead.
Is there wine in there too?
Yes. We could use a man like you with
Let
us.
us stake our thirst right now.
Well, we should go to the Temple of the Moon first. Does anyone know where the temple... Do I know where the Temple of the Moon...
No, but you might get your guys around.
Yeah, Thar.
Okay.
Come, let's find Old One Hand and ask him if he knows anything about this temple.
Yes, I'll be right here.
Excellent.
Sits on the ground and passes out.
Oh!
I don't know whether we want to take over my really.
You really don't have to. You really don't.
He is
Oh.
a corporal. Like,
Oh,
Do I see
Whatever it
old
is.
half arms anywhere?
Sorry.
Do I see old half arms anywhere?
Yeah, old one arm is serving some drinks. Yeah.
awkwardly.
One Hand, hop over here.
He glares at you
Oh,
and takes his time putting the drinks out, and then he comes over towards you.
You know I love you, Old One Hand.
It's Patronus.
Patronus, of course.
Patronus.
Of course, my good sir.
What do you want?
Hand.
It seems like...
No. I have
seems
three.
I've been given a mission by my brother to carry his remains.
So what is it to me?
He will leave.
I will leave if you tell me where the
What
temple
can I do with this speech?
We need to know the location of the Temple of the Moon.
in Thar.
I don't know exactly where Bashtar is, but I can point you towards a guide.
A guide, yes, a guide would do.
He'll leave.
He puts his hand out.
Take a silver piece and
Put
in
it
his hand. In his good hand.
in his good hand, of course. He closes it and makes it magically disappear by putting it in his pocket.
I look at that and I go, wow.
You have much to learn, Padawan. Alright, if you go across the oasis, there's an adobe hut just near a collection of palm trees.
Okay.
There's a man there called Thurengard. To the east. No, to the left. Go left.
To the left of the
It's going to be
hut.
a running joke to the whole game. Yes.
East. Thurengard.
Head north.
Thurengard. He's a dwarf and an old guide and a good friend of mine, so you make sure that you're courteous.
We will always be courteous to friends of...
Patronus.
Patronus.
One arm.
Well, I've got people to attend to. He walks off.
Right, boys. Should we say tomorrow morning? Let's get ourselves a bit of clear head. Meet you here. Get yourself equipped. Set up for a desert journey.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent.
Awesome. Alright, you guys head back into the inn and keep drinking. And you head up you and
It's
go
his
to your
birthday,
beds.
you know?
Yeah, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, your brother died.
Thank you.
I enjoyed
Well,
it.
he's strictly speaking didn't die on this day, so...
No, that's true.
That's right.
It's true. But you get a present.
I do.
Yeah.
His presents.
Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, next morning the sun shines through, burning hot and bright as it always is in the desert. And
Same as the light.
same as the light, the burning light. And yeah, you get up and head downstairs, have a nice lamb kebabs, cold lamb kebabs from last night, and drink some ale, and you're good to go the next day.
Excellent.
You head over towards the Adobe style hut.
I'm all suited up in my robes.
Awesome.
Yes, have 2 bags of holding now.
Oh, sweet. You can put a bag in a bag.
That's right. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
game to try it.
Mind blow. Alright, so you head over towards the Adobe hut. Now this is quite a beautiful old building, and you know what I mean when I say Adobe,
No.
Adobe style thing. So it's
I just think of
mud.
Photoshop. Photoshop or...
They're like
Yeah.
in the Middle East. They're the mud
Yeah,
houses. They're quite smooth. Not as many angular lines. They're more rounded. And I'd show you a picture, but I don't. But anyway, sort of picture a mud brick, not brick, but a mud structure like the old ancient civilizations.
So like straw in mud.
Straw and thatched and yeah, that kind of thing. And yeah, you head over towards it and you can knock on the large double wooden door with the brass knocker. About 30 seconds later, a man opens the door and you can see he's dressed in servant garbs and looks quite thin and yeah, and old.
How tall is he?
He is 6'2".
It's probably not the dwarf they're looking for.
He's another door.
May I be of assistance?
Good morning, fair man. We are looking for Thurengard, the dwarf.
Yes, this is his residence. Have you an appointment?
We come without appointment, but on recommendation of Patronus. We are seeking a guide.
Oh, old one hand. All right. If you would come with me, I'll take you to the waiting room.
Thank you. I sweep
You
in.
go into a courtyard area. He gives you wine and sweetmeats and fruit to eat while you wait.
Thank you, kind sir.
And goes in. About 2 minutes later, you go, "Oh, I don't want to see anybody." All right. Well, if he's they're a friend of old one hand. All right, bring him in. So he comes out. He will see you now. They lead you in. His room it's quite a beautiful house, and you can see he's definitely done well for himself for a guide, which you can imagine is pretty appropriate considering lots of rich merchants come through who require assistance to get across the desert. You walk in and you see Thurengard. He is luxuriating on one of those, those old Roman style couches.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure the technical word. Mario's here. He can tell us.
Yeah.
Let's just take a
Luxury
moment
on
for
it.
Murray.
You can see he's an old dwarf who's gone to seed a bit. He's got a patchy greying beard, and you can see that the wind etched wrinkled lines in his face. And he's got like a chicken drumstick in his hand, and he waves it towards you. Who are you?
Greetings, Therengard. We come on introduction from Patronus. I am Rastus. I am a man
Rastus.
of the spirit.
Well, put your feet up here. He gestures towards one of the other couches. And use
Thank you.
I lather myself over the couch. just really just work it like, oh, this is home.
yeah.
I'm
Feels very
Jataya,
comfortable.
and this comfortable-looking man is Marcus.
My name, sir, is Marcus
Well,
Rutherford. You might have heard of me.
no.
No! My name hasn't reached out this far yet.
Well, apparently not. Wine for everyone, I assume. You see the servant comes in and pours out wine for you all and stays in the room, kind of waits while you drink your wine in case you want to top up.
Excellent.
Now, what can I do for such gentlemen as yourselves?
We
soldiers, by the look of you.
Yes.
Or ex-soldiers now that the war is over.
We won the war,
Yes, that much I have heard.
and you must be grateful being so close.
Well, it's certainly going to be good for business. Not that I'm in the business anymore. Retired, you see. You see grease and chicken fat he rubs into his cheek.
Retired, I see. Patronus suggested you perhaps might care to guide us.
Guide you.
Yes. We seek the Temple of the Moon in Bashtar. We have something significant to deliver there.
Ah, the Eastern Spiceway. Yes, I've been to Bashtar many times.
Yes?
But I'm retired and I am too busy.
Oh, we
Too busy to travel and... Yes. Too old. Too old.
Been on many adventures, have we?
Well, I've guided many a merchant through the dangerous deserts.
You seem very comfortable in this hut of yours.
He leans back and stretches and belly pops out of his belt kind of thing. Scratches at it. Well, the merchants have been kind to me. But Bashtar is a long way and you won't find anyone here in Lawan who can take you.
We fortunately have a
Crunches on the
reasonable
bones.
supply of gold to reward someone who might care to offer us assistance.
Gold.
Gold.
Well, I don't know. I'm so old and
Just how old are you? Would you say
Well-
10 gold pieces old?
well, 20
20 gold pieces
years have passed
Ah.
since
old. You are an elder.
He must have lost his way in the desert these days.
Do you want to make a bargain roll?
Yes. So what do you reckon that is?
Isn't there a bargain?
Diplomacy, bluff.
Bluff, I would say.
Diplomacy, I'd say, because you're not trying to trick him.
Yeah, I'm trying,
You
I'm
can't
trying,
just
I'm trying to be
bargain
nice
with
to
him.
him. 5 plus 11 is 16.
16. Oh, 15. Let's say 15.
15 gold pieces.
15.
Oh, we would gladly see a respectable dwarf like you clear to 15 gold pieces if you would offer just the small assistance of a guidance to Bashtar.
I will take you there myself.
Fabulous. Half an hour, half when we arrive?
Yes.
Good.
He sticks out his greasy hand
Fish out,
towards
fish
you.
out.
And you...
Gold pieces and
you
I drop them into his hand.
they don't roll out, they just stick.
with the one ring.
And he
I'm just watching his
gets
body
up
down.
and goes to shake everyone's hand and, you know...
I go for it.
Yeah, you don't
just-
care. You got
oh.
you got chicken fat on your hands anyway. Who cares? You've been eating and drinking wine all the time. You shake hands and Johnny, you
Oh, I'll shake his hand.
and then wipe your hands
Probably.
clean.
Well, I'm not particularly clean most of the time.
Well, give me
That's chicken to all my bloodstains.
2 hours to rustle up the horses
Very
and
good.
the supplies. You'll pay for the supplies, of course.
Yes.
Rustle the horses.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. All right. Well, if you'll stay here, you're welcome to the wine. My servant will look after you. He gets up and walks out the door and calling out, "None! None!" And another servant runs in and goes, "Fetch the horses." But master, you haven't ridden a horse in a long time. "I'm not riding it. I'm carrying it into the desert. Get it," and storms off.
It's a dwarf guide.
You share in the wine and drink yourself.
Not too much, gentlemen.
I've already
Keep our
passed
wits
that.
about us.
I'm already too far.
Yep.
I'm singing,
Only takes
I'm
a few.
dancing in the...
2 hours pass by very quickly for you, Nathan. For your character.
Yeah, the next 4 in the morning are going to be really
Yeah.
slow.
The servant leads you outside, and you can see the horses. There are 2 horses here, and they have saddlebags with supplies and everything like that on it. And he is different in his clothes and seems somehow more capable now that he's outside of his robes.
How is he dressed?
He is dressed in travelling clothes and quite light, and he's got really well travelled boots that are incredibly well maintained. Everything on it looks worn but really well maintained.
Does he carry a weapon?
He has a sword across his back.
Heavy sword, long sword, short sword?
Long sword for a dwarf.
So short.
Yeah, long sword. And he's got a dagger on his belt, and there are a number of weapons hidden strapped onto the horses as well. And you can see the servant is there who has no horses and no weapons, and is just going to be leading the horses along, essentially. All right.
Sucks to be
Let's
here.
go. Your music is... Sorry, it's going on.
All right.
Just noticed.
A desert?
A desert sound.
Excellent.
Dun, 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 dun.
Epic music. You won.
We come over the sand hill. Oh god.
The desert, Thurengard explains, or Thur, he says you can call him, if you prefer Thur.
That's good.
If it's easier to say.
Master Dwarf.
Says that the desert's name is Enduin, which is Elvish for the endless desert. And as you step out onto it, you see it is in fact, to your eyes, endless. It just stretches out, and the sheer vast panorama is boggling to your eye, and you're used to forests and things like that. So this is large and hot, and the wind hits your face, and you feel the stinging sand. And he hands out more appropriate travel clothing for those of you who.
So I don't bake in my plate armor.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to not carry it? Do you not want to wear your plate armor? You get strapped to the horse.
Yeah, I'll probably put it in the saddlebag.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool.
The GM's like, yeah. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I mean, realistically.
Fortunately, I keep my dexterity bonus on and my ambulance of armor, so it's fine.
I've got, plus 10 perception, I'll see them coming.
It only takes a minute
plus one
or
air
4
condition.
minutes to put on Don Hastily. I'll look up Don Hastily, shall I?
Do you have frost ray or anything like that? Because that could be really nice in this. Put yourself down. So you step out onto the desert, and it takes a while to actually get used to walking on sand, and your feet start to hurt after about half an hour of just that constant shifting of the sand. And but Thurengard leads you on a path that is easier for you and the horses, and you pass over dunes and into valleys, and rocks give way to that pure desert of just shifting sands that just become almost impossible to navigate unless you know the way. So, and you just follow along. Hours pass by, and you amuse yourself with illusions, and you put mirages on the distance just to entertain everybody. But you find talking difficult as well. Your throat dries out very quickly, and you only have a limited amount of water. As it heads towards evening, you start to hear, just in the distance, what looks to be the sounds of thunder. Just that, not rhythmical drumming, but that's kind of like thunder. But when you look ahead, the skies are completely clear. You go on for a couple more hours, and night falls fairly quickly, and Thurg gets you into a good spot where you're out of the wind, and he starts setting up tents. And over that time, you hear that the thunder sounds have gotten louder.
What is that thunder I hear?
It's probably just thunder.
I didn't see any clouds on the horizon.
You you can make a perception roll if you want to, or a sense roll if you
Fail.
20.
15.
15, 20. Yeah, you guys see he's not telling the entire truth. He sets up the tents, and the servants sorts out the food and everything for you. The rhythmical, it's not rhythmical at all, the thunderous sounds in the distance don't get any louder or softer. They just seem to be constant.
Associated with them.
There's no light or anything like that. So.
Try sense magic over in that direction.
That's in range.
No, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing in that direction. You can. I guess you make another perception roll too. If that's anyone who
15.
wants to. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
You notice that the servant, Nun, is petrified. He's just like sweat.
So I'm going to
Sweating.
sidle up to Nun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go distract the dwarf.
Nun,
Okay.
Tell me of your adventures.
how are you, Nun?
I'm well, master.
You seem a little on edge.
Oh no, it's been a long day and I'm not used to desert.
You can trust me, Nun. I am a good man, a man of the spirit.
Do not doubt it, master.
Yes. What is that drumming noise? I suspect you could illuminate things for me.
It is probably what Master Thurngard said, the thunder.
Thunder doesn't sound like thunder to me, and I don't see any lightning in the heavens. The gods are not throwing blows of electricity from the sky at the moment. What is it?
Do you want to make a...
Diplomacy, I guess?
Yeah, it's diplomacy.
38. No, 28. Can't add a little.
38.
Wow! I
28.
was going to say, wow, what is your
Yes.
diplomacy?
Plus 11, yes.
Yeah. We are not... it is not good to speak their names.
Gosh, we do need to speak their names as undead minions, evil creatures, aggressive humans. Speak. Come, Nun, relax. Have a seat. Tell me a story.
It is them. It is the ones of the desert.
Yes. Ones of the desert. Well, they're in the desert. And, yes.
The gods.
The gods of the desert. Powerful beings. Men of the sand.
He nods. You see that slight trickle of urine down his legs as you talk about it because he's petrified.
Are we likely to encounter them on our way to Bashtar?
Master Thurngard, he assures me that we won't, but he said that there is always a chance.
Well, we are strong men, we can defend ourselves. You make sure you stand behind the big man in the shiny armor when it comes to it.
Yes, I'm sure that will help. He moves away from you. I must attend to my duties.
Thank you, Nun.
The night passes, and when you wake up the next day, a couple of things become clear. One, it sounds a little bit like the thunder sounds a little bit closer, but maybe you just imagine it. It's quite loud. And the other thing is, you notice that Nun is not there. So he must have fled in the night. Thurngard doesn't seem to even care. He basically just packs up the horses himself. Right, onwards.
What happened to your...
Bashtar.
Where is Nun?
Well, the desert has a way of... Well, the desert has its own rules.
Interesting.
Well,
Well,
many miles to travel.
yes.
You crest up the dune, where you guys are in a protected valley area away from the winds. You crest up the dune, and you see ahead of you, on the top of the dune, you see a giant of a man. And when I say giant, I mean like his head touches the clouds, and he is wrestling with a giant black dragon, and the two are just like fighting each other in this eternal it's wrestling. And when the other guy and one of them brings out the sword and just hacks at the dragon, and the dragon bites onto him, and the two just fight.
Just like they're there.
And it's massive. It's incredibly large. And the thunder every time the footsteps hit the ground is just huge.
So thunder.
What is Thurngard?
Thurngard curses and spits on the ground. I'd hoped we'd go around them, but
What is this Thurngard? These enormous creatures. The gods come to Earth.
yes.
They blessed us with their presence. Is this some kind of omen?
This is Ithin and Sut.
Ithin.
The god.
They were referred to in my letter, were they?
Well, as a matter of fact, they were. Yeah.
I pulled my letter out hastily to review. I pray to the gods Ithin and Sut you receive this letter in time. My brother was praying to these gods.
And here they are.
before death befell them.
You can make a religion roll if you like.
Yeah.
Anyone who'd like to make a religion roll?
I don't know what my
Got knowledge history, is that any good?
Yeah, take it on half. Oh, Ben, you're rolling slow.
19
Yeah,
plus
wisdom.
5
Pure
is
wisdom.
24.
26.
26.
Okay.
Got 13 wisdom.
Knowledge history, is it? Or
History on half.
or local?
Are you local to this area? I don't know how local works.
Yeah,
Is it not? Is it only pertaining to the area where you come from, or is it?
I'll look here.
Yeah, I'll give you a basic idea. You can tell each other what
I could,
happens, because you
like,
guys rolled quite well. So, Ishin and Sut are two gods that dwell in this desert, and essentially they are locked in a battle, and they've been battling for eternity. And there was a feud that started, and no one is quite sure what started this feud, but they are always in this desert, and they are constantly fighting. And neither of them is more powerful than the other, so they seem to be equally matched. And it's spoken by you. I mean, you guys have probably heard about it from soldiers that came from this kind of area, and you've heard the folk tales.
So they sort of just
And they are proper gods, so they are worshipped by many. And Ishin is of a good alignment, and Sut is obviously of an evil alignment. And together they form a balance. So they're usually worshipped together as a pair rather than as individuals. Right, this way we go.
So we headed around them.
It's too far.
Where
have
did we
to
be
go
crushed?
through. Let us hope not.
Do they move in slow motion, like almost? As
Yeah,
they
it's
just-
very kind of. Let's see, yeah.
Cool.
They may not
Yeah.
notice us walking by.
We will not be noticed. You can be assured of that. We are just ants.
And
We are-
such.
But it is not
Not be
wise
crushed.
to mention their names too closely. He turns around and spits on the ground.
Alright, I guess we've got to get to Bashtar, so we...
You head down, and it takes you probably 2 or 3 miles before you're even close enough. And you hear that thunder of the footsteps as they...
We start hearing it.
And you hear them roar, and the dragons roar as it... And you see it breathes fire. What do black dragons breathe? Doesn't matter.
Acid.
He's a god. Acid onto him, and the spray of it hits the sand and sizzles all around it. This battle goes above you. The horses start to get spooked, and Thar pulls out blindfolds for the horses and stuffs their ears full of wax or something and binds it. And he leads these horses very slowly through the sand. And as you get in, you can just feel the ground shake, and the dunes themselves, as the footstep hits, you see the dunes just shrink down as from sped up erosion. And you look up as you get closer, and you just see the shadow pass onto you, and it's nice and cool, but it's also incredibly scary.
That's at least in my head. I'm just like,
And you keep walking, and as the footstep of Ishin comes down, and it misses you by about 500 meters, but you just see the foot smash down,
There'd be
sand
waves.
sprays out everywhere. And you guys try and keep your feet. The horses are quite jittery at this moment, and you see Ishin pull out his sword, and he smashes across the head of Sut. And you see scales of it just fly off the thing, and they just and they hit the ground really close to where you are.
I go get it.
You head over towards these are like 2-3 meters across. These are massive scales, and you go over towards it. You see the black shinings, and then you see the leg come out of one of the scales, leg come out of the other, and you see a scorpion's tail emerge from it, and the scale. And you see 3 of these things.
Run away! Run away!
These things split out, and they look around, and they look over towards you guys, and you see the scorpion's tail just.
Ooh.
Fight!
Fight!
Oh my gosh.
Roll an initiative.
You are into it. I believe I have a giant footprint map.
I didn't think that was going to be useful.
Like, why don't I use a giant footprint?
Too giant.
It's too. Yeah, it's. This would be small.
Get down a little bit.
Oh, so sad. Hey, there we go. If you flip this
Put a
over.
map
Bigger than
on
that?
Yeah, that's probably good. Like that gives you a bit of an idea of the scale.
That's so cool.
Do we have any just random characters I can grab one of?
Oh, didn't you get a...
No.
I don't go mini.
So I don't have any giant scorpions, so I'm using dragons because they're kind of appropriate.
Excellent.
Where would you like? Can we kind of come this way or...
We'll just pause for a moment while we grab minis.
Too easy.